Griffith was a brilliant military genius who basically speedruns his way to the top of the medieval food chain. He's got the Band of the Hawk, a scrappy mercenary group that he transforms into an unstoppable war machine through pure tactical brilliance and a magnetic personality that makes everyone want to follow him. He literally helps end a century-long war, brings honor to the Kingdom of Midland, and gets handed a noble title while he patiently awaits to attain his ultimate dream of ruling his own kingdom. As he gradually climbs the ranks due to his numerous victories and feats, his dream is within reach. It also helps that the Princess of Midland is in love with him. Now all he has to do is keep his victories coming and wait until the right time comes. But then his best friend Guts decides to leave the band to find his own path. And that's when everything takes a chaotic turn. This departure hits him so hard that he completely loses his mind and makes the worst possible decision, sneaking to the castle to sleep with the princess. Predictably, he gets caught, thrown in a dungeon, and spends the next year getting tortured until he's basically a broken shell of a human being. When Guts returns and finally rescues him, he's mute, crippled, and can barely function. His grand dream of ruling a kingdom seems completely dead in the water. After his rescue, he tries to escape in a carriage, crashes it into a river, and while staring at his mangled reflection, decides to end his life by cutting his throat on a sharp tree root. But he's too weak to even inflict a minor gash. His crimson Bayolet, a creepy supernatural artifact he'd been carrying around, suddenly shows up out of nowhere and activates. The whole Band of the Hawk gets yanked into this nightmare dimension where the God Hand, 4 absolutely terrifying demon lords, make him an offer he apparently can't refuse. They tell him he can have ultimate power and achieve his dream, but there's a catch. He has to sacrifice the people closest to him, his entire mercenary band who just risked everything to save him. Without hesitation, he accepts. He literally whispers, "I sacrifice," and dooms every single person who believed in him to a horrific death by demon monsters. The transformation turns him into Femto, a member of the God Hand, and this is where he becomes completely broken as a character. He can manipulate gravity and space like they're toys, creating crushing force fields and redirecting attacks through dimensional warping. Physical weapons can't touch him because he can phase through them, and he can fly around with these massive black wings. The most insane part is his near omniscience when it comes to casualty. He can basically see how events will unfold and manipulate them to his advantage. He's like a story author who knows exactly how the plot will go, making it nearly impossible for anyone to challenge him effectively. Later, through some demonic ritual, he gets a new physical body and becomes Griffith again, but now with all his godhead powers intact. He rebuilds the Band of the Hawk with demons instead of humans, crushes entire empires like the Kushan, and establishes Falconia, this perfect city where humans and demons live together under his rule. He can even communicate with the dead and grant them final moments of peace before they move on. He essentially become a god emperor with reality warping abilities who achieved his dream through the ultimate betrayal. When Guts tries to fight him later, it's not even a contest. Griffith casually demonstrates his superiority by taking Casca away while Guts can do absolutely nothing to stop him. The Dragon Slayer's sword, which can cut through almost anything supernatural, barely manages to trim a single hair from his head. Needless to say, Guts would need more than just the Dragon Slayer and Berserker armor if he ever wanted a real shot at matching Griffith's power. Giorno Giovanna,